Starseeds, there is a profound reason why you have always felt like you are playing an entirely different game than everyone else around you. While others are completely trapped in the chaotic dramas of this three-dimensional reality, reacting to every single shadow and panicking at every minor obstacle, your mind is constantly soaring above the maze. You have been told your entire life that you overthink, that you analyze too much, that you are too detached or too intense. They tried to medicate your brilliance. They tried to shame your profound visionary sight. But what I am about to reveal today will completely shatter the illusion they built around your intellect. You do not overthink. You perceive multidimensionally. You are not detached. You are observing the matrix from a higher, strategic vantage point. The dark forces of this lower earthly plane have desperately tried to corner you, trap you, and outsmart you for lifetimes. Yet every single time they believe they finally have you defeated, you effortlessly slip through their fingers and rise even higher. Do you want to know why they are failing? Because they are dealing with an Arcturian mastermind. You carry a cosmic intelligence that they cannot decode, cannot predict, and absolutely cannot defeat. The reason you always win in the end is that nobody on this dense planet thinks like you. Listen closely, because your soul is ready to claim its ultimate victory. Starseed. If this message found you today, it is not random. The Arcturian Council rarely sends transmissions like this. But something has changed in the energetic field of Earth, and those who carry the Starseed frequency are beginning to feel it. I am Azila, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. What follows is a direct transmission from the Arcturian Council, delivered without distortion. For your entire existence on this planet, you have carried a heavy, silent burden. You have walked through a world where everyone seems to be reading from a script that makes absolutely no sense to you. You watch people chase empty illusions, engage in petty conflicts, and willingly walk into obvious energetic traps. And because you can see the end result before the game even begins, you have often felt completely alienated. You have spent countless nights wondering if there is something fundamentally wrong with your brain. Why can't you just turn it off? Why can't you just accept things at face value like the rest of humanity? This profound isolation was not an accident, and it was certainly not a flaw in your design. It was a deliberate, necessary condition for your cosmic intelligence to remain untainted by the heavy programming of the lower matrix. The societal systems, the educational institutions, and the mass media of this world were all meticulously designed to create obedient followers. They want minds that accept limitations without question. But when you incarnated, you brought with you an elite, crystalline neural architecture. Your brain does not process information linearly. It processes it holographically. When a problem arises, you do not just see the immediate issue. You instantly see the root cause, the hidden motives of the people involved, the energetic consequences, and the 10 possible exit routes. This is the hallmark of a true mastermind. The Matrix entities are absolutely terrified of you because their entire system relies on predictability. They know exactly how a sleeping human will react to fear, to scarcity, and to manipulation. But when they try to apply those same low-frequency tactics to you, you simply observe them. You see right through the manipulation. You dismantle their traps before they even spring. They have tried to make you feel crazy for this. They sent toxic people into your life to gaslight you, to make you doubt your brilliant intuition, and to convince you that your strategic mind was actually paranoia. But look closely at your past, Starseed. Every single time they tried to destroy you, you used their exact weapons to build a higher platform for yourself. When they tried to isolate you, you used the solitude to awaken your ancient power. When they tried to bankrupt you emotionally or financially, you discovered a hidden well of absolute resilience and manifested a new path out of thin air. You are the architect of your own timeline. You never lose because, in the grand cosmic chess match, you are already 10 moves ahead of the darkness. You are a mastermind, and it is time you stop apologizing for your intimidating brilliance. Some transmissions don't come through words. They come through frequency. If something stirred in you right now, that's not a coincidence. 4,500 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they'd found this sooner. Arcturian Secrets. 12. Hidden Keys to Awakening is a 47-page ebook with ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment. Only 72 hours at the launch price. Have you ever noticed how the lower matrix entirely operates on the frequency of manufactured, relentless chaos? It is a system heavily designed to keep humanity in a perpetual state of frantic reaction. When a crisis hits, whether it is a massive global event broadcasted constantly on the news or a sudden personal drama fabricated by someone in your immediate circle, the Matrix fully expects you to panic. They expect you to lose your sacred center, drop your high vibration, and instantly surrender your divine power to fear. But what actually happens inside your mind when the storm finally hits? You go completely, powerfully still. This profound, unnerving stillness is precisely what absolutely terrifies the dark forces attempting to control you. They desperately thrive on emotional overwhelm, but you, as a fully awakened starseed, simply treat their manufactured chaos as raw data. For years, the dark entities tried to flood your earthly reality with highly dramatic situations. They carefully orchestrated sudden financial scares, deeply confusing health anxieties, and heavy interpersonal conflicts with toxic individuals. Their ultimate goal was to drag your brilliant, multidimensional intellect down into the dense mud of basic 3D survival mode. They wanted to make you so tired, so emotionally and mentally exhausted, that you would completely forget how to use your cosmic strategic mind. But your Arcturian blueprint possesses an innate, fail-safe mechanism. Instead of drowning in the emotional tidal wave they send your way, you instinctively detach and observe from above. You immediately begin to see the hidden patterns. You instantly recognize when a situation is a deliberate cosmic test, a calculated matrix trap, or merely a loud distraction designed to divert you from your true divine mission. While everyone else around you is loudly arguing about the superficial symptoms of a problem, heavily entangled in the illusion, you are already diagnosing the root energetic disease. And more importantly, you are already curing it within your own sovereign energetic field. The lower entities absolutely hate that you cannot be easily triggered anymore. Yes, perhaps in the past, when you were still deeply asleep to your true galactic nature, they might have succeeded in making you react. But they made a fatal cosmic miscalculation. Every single time they aggressively attacked you, you learned their entire playbook. You memorized their manipulative strategies, their favorite words of deception, and the exact heavy energetic signature of their lies. Now, because of the immense wisdom you gained through that intense period of suffering, you are completely immune to their low-level mind games. You no longer waste your precious divine energy arguing with people who are deeply committed to misunderstanding you. You simply and quietly remove their access to your field. That is the ultimate mastermind move. You have mastered the ancient Arcturian art of the silent exit and the strategic, timeline-shifting pivot. You do not fight the darkness on its own chaotic level. You simply elevate your frequency until the darkness can no longer breathe in your presence. You always win because you understand that true spiritual victory is not about destroying your enemies. It is about completely outgrowing them. Your mind is now an impregnable fortress, and the Matrix has officially run out of weapons to breach it. Have you ever met someone for the very first time, and while they were smiling, speaking perfectly crafted words, and completely charming everyone else in the room, your entire physical body immediately screamed a massive, undeniable warning? While the rest of the world was entirely captivated by the superficial mask, your brilliant mind instantly bypassed their words and read the heavy, dense frequency hiding underneath. You knew exactly how that relationship or situation was going to end before it even truly began. People have often called you pessimistic. They have told you that you are too quick to judge, or that you need to give people the benefit of the doubt. But let me validate your profound cosmic intelligence today, Starseed. You were never judging them. You were scanning them, and your advanced Arcturian scanner is absolutely never wrong. The lower matrix completely relies on the power of deception to maintain its control. The dark forces operate through hidden agendas, fake opportunities, and people who are deeply compromised by low vibrational attachments. They set elaborate, invisible traps in your path, fully expecting you to walk blindly into them, just like the rest of the sleeping collective. But they consistently fail to realize that you possess a multi-dimensional foresight that cannot be deactivated. When they present you with a situation that looks shiny and perfect on the 3D surface, your mastermind intellect instantly runs a complex, energetic simulation. You project the timeline forward. You see the hidden strings attached. You feel the heavy, energetic debt that this so-called opportunity will eventually cost you. And before the trap can ever snap shut, you calmly pivot and walk entirely in the opposite direction. This uncanny ability to foresee the collapse of a false structure before the foundation is even fully poured is exactly why you are considered an elite threat to the Matrix. You are quite literally hacking their system. Every single time they try to deceive you, they are forced to reveal their hidden algorithms to you. You do not just survive their attacks, you gather vital cosmic intelligence from them. You study their movements, you analyze their low-frequency tactics, and you use that exact data to build an even stronger, impenetrable energetic fortress around your life. You use their own traps as stepping stones to elevate your consciousness. This is the ultimate alchemy of the awakened mastermind. You take the heavy lead of their manipulation, and you effortlessly turn it into the pure gold of spiritual wisdom. You must completely stop ignoring that immediate, powerful gut feeling. Stop trying to rationally explain away the instant red flags your soul shows you just because you want to be kind or polite. Your extreme kindness has been weaponized against you for far too long. From this exact moment forward, you must fully trust the ruthless precision of your cosmic intuition. When your brilliant mind tells you that something is completely out of alignment, you do not need physical proof. You do not need to wait and see. You simply cut the energetic cord and protect your sacred mission. The dark forces are trembling because they finally realize that they can absolutely never lie to a mind that can read the invisible fabric of the universe. One of the most potent and terrifying weapons in your Arcturian arsenal is something the lower matrix can absolutely never comprehend: your profound, impenetrable silence. For a very large portion of your human life, you were deeply conditioned to believe that you had to constantly explain yourself. You were taught that if you just found the perfect combination of words, the toxic people in your orbit would finally understand your pure intentions. You exhausted your beautiful mind trying to translate fifth-dimensional concepts of love and fairness into a dense, three-dimensional language of survival. But the mastermind within you has recently awakened to a harsh, yet incredibly liberating cosmic truth. The dark forces and the individuals who are heavily manipulated by them do not actually want to understand you. They want to exhaust you. They deliberately pull you into endless, circular arguments and fabricated dramas, not to find a peaceful resolution, but to actively siphon your highly charged galactic energy. But I want you to closely observe what is happening in your life right now. When the Matrix throws its low-vibration bait your way today, you no longer bite. You look at the drama. Your brilliant mind instantly dissects the exact energetic hook hidden within their manipulative words, and you simply choose not to respond. You must understand that your silence is not a sign of surrender, and it is certainly not a weakness. Your silence is a supreme tactical maneuver. It is the ultimate unbreakable boundary. When you completely refuse to engage in their chaotic games, you instantly starve the parasitic entities of their absolute favorite fuel. They are left suffocating on their own dense poison, precisely because you boldly refuse to drink it with them. This is the exact moment the game completely changes in your favor. A true cosmic mastermind deeply understands that genuine spiritual power is never loud, chaotic, or desperate. It absolutely does not need to scream to be heard or validated by a sleeping society. Your quiet, unbothered, and profoundly detached energy completely destabilizes the architects of the lower realms. They fully expect you to fight back on their level, to fiercely defend your character, to cry, and to beg for fairness in a 3D system that was inherently designed to be profoundly unfair to you. But when you simply smile, detach your energy cord, turn your back, and focus your brilliant intellect entirely on your own conscious expansion, they enter a state of total panic. They suddenly realize that you have become completely energetically invisible to their attacks. Their weapons literally pass right through you because you are no longer vibrating at a frequency where they can make contact. You must completely and unapologetically embrace the immense power of not giving the dying matrix a single drop of your precious reaction. If someone chooses to completely misunderstand you, let them. If they desperately create a false, toxic narrative about you to make themselves feel better about their own unhealed trauma, let them live in their dark illusion. You do not owe a single soul an explanation for the magnificent, multi-dimensional path you are currently walking. Your life force energy is a highly exclusive cosmic currency, and the Mastermind always knows exactly when and where to invest it. You are aggressively investing yours in building the architecture of the new Earth, leaving the frantic agents of the old world desperately fighting shadows in the dark. Because you possess this extraordinary Arcturian intellect, your mind is not merely an observational tool. It is a highly advanced reality-generating machine. The lower matrix desperately wants you to believe that you are a helpless victim of circumstance, entirely subject to the random, chaotic laws of a dense three-dimensional world. They constantly push the heavy narrative that you must work tirelessly within their rigid systems, follow their arbitrary rules, and blindly accept whatever artificial limitations they place upon your life. But a true mastermind does not play by the rules of a rigged game. A mastermind completely rewrites the base code of the game itself. And that is exactly what you are doing right now, simply by existing in this awakened, hyper-aware state of multidimensional consciousness. Every single time your brilliant mind instantly rejects a false limitation, you are literally hacking the simulation. When the Matrix presents you with an impossible wall, a manufactured dead end meticulously designed to make you collapse in profound defeat, you do not just stand there and surrender to the concrete. Your galactic brain instantly calculates the exact frequency required to dissolve that wall, or it forcefully shifts your energy into a parallel timeline where the obstacle simply never existed. Have you ever noticed how you have miraculously survived situations that would have entirely destroyed a normal, sleeping human? Deep financial ruins that suddenly reverse themselves at the final second? Impossible scenarios that miraculously resolved? Or massive life traps that suddenly vanished into thin air just when you were completely backed into a corner? That was not blind luck, Starseed. That was your supreme cosmic intellect overriding the 3D program. Now, imagine what happens when you begin to use this immense timeline-jumping power consciously. The dark forces are absolutely terrified of this exact moment. They know without a shadow of a doubt that an awakened starseed who finally realizes their thoughts are literal quantum commands is the most unstoppable force in the entire universe. They have tried for decades to clutter your beautiful mind with artificial brain fog, endless digital distractions, and heavy collective fear precisely to prevent you from focusing this laser-like manifestation power. But the dense fog is finally lifting. Your Arcturian guides are currently recalibrating your neural pathways, aggressively clearing out the static of the old matrix, and handing you the complete energetic control panel of your earthly experience. You are no longer reacting to the fearful reality they built. You are now boldly projecting the reality you demand. When you set your fierce mastermind intention on a goal, whether it is profound and lasting financial abundance, a deeply sacred soul-aligned relationship, or the total radiant healing of your physical vessel, the universe has absolutely no choice but to instantly obey. You must start treating your intellect with the absolute reverence it deserves today. Stop consuming the toxic, low-frequency illusions that the Matrix pumps out to keep humanity asleep. Your mind is a sacred cosmic weapon, a divine supercomputer. Feed it only with high-frequency truth, with unwavering silence, and with the absolute knowing that you are the supreme architect of your destiny. You are not just surviving the collapse of the old world, you are brilliantly designing the new one. As you fully step into the undeniable power of your Arcturian mastermind, something incredibly dramatic begins to happen in your immediate social sphere. For a very long time, you desperately tried to lower your immense frequency, just to fit into spaces that were fundamentally too small for your vast soul. You deliberately dulled your brilliant edge, silenced your profound cosmic insights, and pretended not to see the hidden motives of the people around you, all because the lower matrix deeply programmed you to fear being alone. But your supreme intellect has finally overridden that desperate human programming. You have realized that the isolation you once deeply feared is actually an elite cosmic sanctuary. It is the necessary energetic quarantine required to protect your sacred blueprint from the toxic interference of a completely sleeping collective. When you finally stop pretending to be less than the multidimensional genius you truly are, the Matrix's artificial relationships instantly begin to disintegrate. People who used to heavily feed on your endless empathy, people who relied entirely on your brilliant mind to constantly fix their manufactured chaos, are suddenly walking away from you. Sometimes they leave in absolute anger or sudden betrayal. But you must understand this, Starseed. They are not angry because you did something wrong. They are terrified and furious because your new, uncompromising boundaries have completely cut off their free supply of your elite galactic energy. Your mastermind intellect no longer allows you to be the emotional dumping ground for the vampires of the lower realms. You instantly see their manipulative games, and by simply refusing to participate, you completely dismantle their false reality. This massive, sudden clearing of your energetic field can feel deeply unsettling to your human heart at first, but your Arcturian guides want you to understand today that this is a cause for absolute celebration. The universe is aggressively shaking the tree of your life right now to remove every single dead leaf, every single toxic attachment, and every single person who secretly resents your blazing light. Why? Because you absolutely cannot build the magnificent architecture of the new Earth while dragging the heavy anchors of the old matrix. Your brilliant mind requires a completely clear, high-frequency runway to execute your divine mission. You were never designed to be a follower in this dense reality. You were sent here with a specific, highly advanced neural architecture to lead the Great Awakening. The deep, agonizing frustration you felt for years was simply the intense friction of a supreme cosmic leader being forced to live under the arbitrary rules of those who cannot even see the bigger picture. But that friction is completely gone now. And here is the most beautiful, highly orchestrated part of this divine plan. The exact moment you embrace the fierce independence of your mastermind, you activate a massive magnetic beacon across the entire cosmic grid. You are no longer signaling human desperation. You are broadcasting pure, sovereign galactic authority. This elite frequency is currently pulling your true soul family towards you at lightning speed. These are the rare, highly advanced souls who do not need you to explain your complex visions. They match your intellect. They see the world through the exact same multidimensional lens. They are the fellow masterminds you have been searching for your entire life. And they are arriving right now precisely because you finally made the bold decision to stop thinking like a victim and start commanding reality like an Arcturian creator. As we bring this powerful Arcturian transmission to its absolute conclusion, there is one final, undeniable truth that you must permanently anchor into your cellular memory today. The lower matrix will desperately try to make you forget everything you have just heard. They will likely send minor distractions, sudden loud noises, or small daily irritations tomorrow, hoping to drag your brilliant mind back down into the dense fog of 3D forgetfulness. But you must firmly understand that the profound energetic shift that has just occurred within your DNA as you listen to these words is entirely permanent. You have been fully activated. You finally recognize that your complex analytical mind is not a burden, nor is it a curse. It is the ultimate cosmic weapon of light, specifically designed to dismantle the illusions of this dying world. You are a brilliant, multidimensional mastermind, and that is precisely why you always win in the end. The dark forces have spent lifetimes studying human weakness, but they absolutely cannot comprehend Arcturian strength. When they aggressively try to trap you in a corner, your mind instantly calculates the exact quantum pivot to escape. When they attempt to silence your profound voice, You simply learn to speak through your massive, overwhelming energetic presence, completely altering the frequency of a room without uttering a single word. When they try to completely break your spirit, you do not just survive. You meticulously gather the stones they threw at you and build an impregnable fortress of spiritual authority. Nobody on this dense planet thinks like you, and that is your greatest divine advantage. The Galactic Federation has authorized this direct transmission specifically for you because the Earth is rapidly entering a highly critical, accelerated phase of ascension. The old systems are crumbling right before our eyes, and the collective is terrified. In this exact moment, we do not need you hiding your brilliance to make the Matrix comfortable. We need our cosmic masterminds fully awake, highly strategic, and completely unbothered by the frantic illusions of the lower realms. We need you to stand incredibly tall, look the chaotic forces directly in the eyes, and let them know through your unshakable stillness that their game is officially over. You see their desperate moves long before they even make them. You are no longer the victim of this earthly simulation. You are the sovereign architect rewriting its base code. Before you leave this sacred space and return to the physical world, you must boldly declare your absolute victory over the lower matrix. Go to the comments right now and type, "I am a cosmic mastermind and I always win." This is not just a simple comment. It is a powerful quantum command that permanently anchors your elite frequency into the earthly grid. Respond to another Starseeds declaration to multiply our collective power and show the dark forces that we are completely united. Like this video to send a massive shockwave of blazing light across the matrix, and subscribe to this channel if you are finally ready to walk the elite, uncompromising path of the fully awakened. Share this urgent transmission with another soul who desperately needs to remember their own intimidating brilliance today. Some transmissions don't come through words, they come through frequency. If something stirred in you right now, that's not a coincidence. 4,500 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they'd found this sooner. Arcturian Secrets. 12. Hidden Keys to Awakening is a 47-page ebook with ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment. Only 72 hours at the launch price.